What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Burndown. Today's episode, what really grinds our gears?
Stay tuned. It's the Burndown. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Burn Down podcast. I'm Justin, aka the Dapper Cigar, and this handsome gentleman to the left of me is
Eric, aka Brother Cigar. Yeah, brother.
We have no idea what we're going to talk about. Actually, scratch that. We do know what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about a couple things that really just grind you.
I had an experience at a cigar lounge a couple weeks ago. Wasn't too happy about it. And, I didn't appreciate it.
So we're going to go into that. But, Eric, I'm going to cut you off right there because I know it just kind of...
You died! Oh, let's hear it.
It like gets you going. So before you get into it...
Just let it have it. Rip it.
If you're new here, we're the Burnout Podcast. Please like this video. Please hit the subscribe button and please hit the bell to be notified for every single time we drop a new video. We have a new podcast every single Friday. We drop other videos like reviews and how-tos and tips throughout the week. If you're listening, if you're an audiophile, hit the 5 stars, hit the 5 thumbs up, like it, follow it, subscribe it, share it, tell everybody about it. And check out our website. burndownpodcast.com. Become a member. $5 a month. You get exclusive discounts to partnering stores like Revive Vinyl, Nova Cigars, Kansas Clean Distilled Whiskey, and cigarandpipes.com. But you also get entered into a monthly giveaway. We give away cigars, accessories, spirits, and more every single month. It's only $5. Check it out. www.burndownpodcast.com. Boom! Bang. I feel like, dude, it freaking flows.
Dude, there's
just like word vomit.
There's a YouTube channel that I follow called Officer Tatum, and as soon as his intro was like, what the heck's going on? And then it goes into him, he goes, this channel's brought to you by, like the channel, subscribe, and he just goes into it in like 10 seconds, and he's like, let's get into it.
Just fucking
but
rattle.
He rips. He's like, like this channel, subscribe to this channel, make sure you see my channel.
I wonder how fast we can do it. Do you think you can do it in 10 seconds? Do you want to time it?
I think, if we actually write out something to try and do, I don't know, maybe 20 seconds.
Do you think you can do it? So the call, you have to say like, subscribe, hit the bell, become a member on the website. You have to say what it is. So like, follow, subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
Notification bell, talk about the streaming, and talk about the website and the membership. You do all that in 10 seconds.
We'd be fun to try.
It'd be fun to try. Be able to like someone subscribe and notification.
But seriously, go to Officer Tatum on YouTube, and he's just like, this is my channel. Look at my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Go to my website. Figure out my new book. Let's get into it. And I'm like,
we should check out. We should have a contest. Like, this is what you have to read.
God, it's
That'd be
sick.
Great. That'd be great. Anyway, so this episode is about not the whole episode, but something happened to Eric, and it was one of those things you just want to,
Not fun. Not fun.
Son of a. So Eric's going to tell us, but
what really grinds my gears.
Yeah, it was one of those little pet peeves, little peccadillos that.
Just a bad experience. But let's get a cigar ready. Let's get a drink ready. Do we have any glasses? No.
No, we're going right out the fucking can.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Man, shit.
So, what are you smoking today?
I have no idea. Let's see what we got in the box.
Let's see what's in the box.
What's in Justin's box?
Wow, that's a good. What's in Justin's box? What's in Justin's box?
It's like
what's in Justin's box?
What's that from? Is it Conan or goes The Wheel of Musical Impressions?
Yeah. Not Conan. Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon, The Wheel of Musical Impressions?
Yes.
What's in Justin's box?
What's in Justin's box? What's in Justin's box?
So I have this
What's in
this
Justin's
one I'm
box?
probably saving for
for
the next one.
For that thing.
But I also have this one I could save for that too.
Oh.
Because I don't know.
Crew. I never even seen that
Either
cigar.
Crux, or
Damn, that one looks interesting.
this is Fat Bottom Betty.
Fat Bottom Girls. Fat Bottom Betty. That looks heavy and intense.
I know. Maybe I gotta go with the Crux.
That one looks like it's gonna just drop kick you.
Let's try the Crux Guild. Let me try this bad boy, okay? Because that's why. What's in Eric's box?
What's in Eric's box? What's in Eric's
We
box?
should have a little sting. One of those, they call them stings, those little audio clips. When it's like, do. What's in Eric's box? Bow.
I like that.
Like, you know what we used to do for the quote of the day?
Yeah.
What are you smoking today? What's in Eric's box?
We should each have different melodies too. You have one and I have one.
Yo, what the fuck is wrong? We are...
Anyways, I got two Robuestos here.
Robuestos.
I got
It's your daddy. Robuesto.
I got an Oliva Serie V Milanio and then a Monte Cristo Epic Premium Selection 07.
I would like to point out that those sizes look oddly familiar.
They feel great in the hand, man.
They feel pretty good, don't they?
They feel good between the fingers. They look good. They feel good. That's damn right. But I think I'm going to save this one.
Yes.
I think I'm going to smoke the Oliva Serie V, which is a classic go-to. And it goes to... it's a segue into my story.
Okay, so... we're just going to cut these, light these. We'll be right back so we can spark it up, talking out, burn it down.
Spark it up, talk it up, burn it down. Bye.
So they had like, all right. So I'll tell the quick story.
It's Justin's quick story time.
Well, I'll finish it now that we're back and we have a little.
That should be another segment,
right? So we'll do a quick little cheers here. Salud, brother. Here's
Chintan.
So I was talking while we were lighting up. I was talking about how I just, everybody knows if you follow us that my basement flooded. And I ripped out everything, gutted the whole nine. So I said, all right, it's time to redo it. Put flooring down. One of the things, like, aside from all the other stuff, put flooring down. So I was like, hey, why don't we put flooring in here, in the studio? We had talked about this. We want to paint this back wall, paint it like a nice dark green or, a dark gray, or probably a dark green because it would look good with
these signs,
all the wood and stuff, but a dark green, like a forest green, and then put some laminate flooring down. So I was looking at the laminate flooring. I'm like, dude, it's really not that much for laminate flooring. The cheapest one, which was the super thin, really flimsy, because they have 8mm, 10mm, 12mm, and it goes all the way up. Super flimsy was like 49 cents a square foot. Dude, like dirt cheap. And I go, all right, that's
tempting.
I'm like, listen, but I picked it up. I go, no. Like if you tap it too hard,
over your foot.
Yeah. But I'm looking. I go, I don't know how big this is. What is this? 10 by 15, maybe 12 by 15. It's figure 150 to 160 square feet. No, this can't be as big as my basement. This is smaller than that.
It's got
so 150 square feet. Let's figure that.
10 by 10.
So if you find one that's $1 a square foot, $150 flooring. You get a vapor barrier because you need to put vapor barrier down. That's like $20, dude. For like $200, you can.
What's a vapor barrier? You gotta tell me these things.
Vapor barrier is basically a big ass garbage bag, big ass tarp, if you will. Black construction bags that you just put down over the concrete.
It's like when you build a house, you put the site. What do you call it? It's the blue. You put it to the side so you get no leakage into your wood. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, kind of. But it's basically like a glorified black construction bag. You ever see those like heavy ply? And you just put that down over the concrete so that moisture doesn't seep up through the concrete. Then you could put down foam. It makes it a little bit easier to walk on, but you don't have to. I'm like, dude, we can take a couple hours, put flooring down. Cheap, man.
Bada bing, bada boom.
So, tell me. So that cigar leads you into a story.
So I bought this. I actually bought a few of these because these are a go-to. But I bought them honestly just to get the hell out of there. So
really?
It was not enjoyable. So I'm not going to name the place of it.
Okay.
But
I gotta hear this because this is like 1 in a million.
There's only one place in in Cape Cod where there's a cigar lounge. So I went there. I'm like, man, this place looks nice. It's right in the middle of everything. My brothers and I, we got lunch. So we went tuna fishing a couple weeks ago in Cape Cod, and that's another story I guess we could talk about. But basically, we finished fishing at 8:30 in the morning.
Of course, yeah. Well, you were on the fucking boat going out at 4.
But dude, that never never happens. That never happens. I've always been out till 2, 3 o'clock, and then you have to drive all the way back. You're not getting until 5. Never have I ever been, and my brothers and everyone else that I've been with have been done at 8:30 deep sea fishing.
Because you caught it. You caught your limit. Is that what it is? Or you guys were just like, all right, we're done. We caught a fucking.
Well, yes. So like 2 weeks prior, the limit for tuna was you were able to catch 3 for a boat, and then of course the weekend we go, they changed it to 1. So
as soon as you caught the freaking 2,
so we actually caught 2, but we couldn't bring the other one on. So we caught it, or yeah. So I'll tell that story. Yeah, I'll tell that story after. But anyway, so we finished early fishing, so we had all day. So we got it back around like we left around 1:30. So my dad and my uncles, who we went with, were sleeping to catch up on some sleep because we're up at 3 o'clock. I was like, "Fuck this, man!" I'm like, "You only live once. You can sleep when you're dead."
Yeah.
So my middle brother Tyler was like passing out. I'm like, "Nope, get up, we're going." And then my little brother Kyle, who's 21.
So they all wanted to take a nap.
My little brother Kyle didn't. He's got still college testosterone. So he's like, I'm ready to go.
He's got that college energy.
So they're like, Eric, what do you want to do? I'm like, there's a cool cigar lounge. Just go check it out. They're like, all right, cool. So I got both my brothers up.
It was cool at the time. It was a cool lounge.
It was cool. Yeah. It was nice inside. It was, they had like the nice leather chairs. They had the cool scenery. So we go in, and I'm all excited. And the first thing, not like, hey, what's going on? Like, no, nothing welcoming. He goes, licenses. We go, okay.
That's the first thing he says.
Yeah. Hey, licenses.
I'd have been like, see ya.
I'm like, okay. I said, all right, we're with Kyle. He looks like a little kid. All right. Because he goes, oh, he looks really young. I said, yeah, okay.
I'd have been like, I would have said, hold on. How about, hello, how are you?
Yeah.
Let's start with that. I'm fine, thank you. How are you? Now you may ask, are you guys
So I said, all right.
Yes. Sometimes you gotta learn them.
Yeah.
You gotta teach people some manners, okay?
So I go, okay, sure, licenses, here you go. So then we go into
find out that you're fucking 10 years over the freaking limit.
So we go into the humidor, not big, but it's got a good selection. It's got Padrones, Olivas, Avo,
Right, so it's got the staples, yeah.
Staples, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, can I help you with anything? My brother goes, nah, like politely. He's like, nah, it's okay. He's like, we're pretty well versed. He's like, all right. So, and he's one of those guys in the shops that just stands there in the humidor, watches you, like. So it's like I've been in a few cigar lounges.
They think you're gonna steal something.
Yeah, and so excuse me. I've been in a few cigar shops where they do that, and I don't like that. I like to take my time.
Oh yeah, I'm at least 5 minutes in the humidor, which is a long time.
At least, right?
Gotta look around, see, especially a new spot. You have no idea what they have.
The cigars are always the same, but for some reason I can never pick. I always just gotta look at the same stuff over and over.
Well, it's also like, especially when you're at a new joint that you've never been in before. I always like to take at least 5 to 10 minutes to look and see what do they have that I don't normally see at my local lounge.
Yeah.
Because I know everything in the local lounge. I go, what do they got? They got something different? Oh, like that one time you were at Pennsylvania, in Warren, PA, and like, oh shit, you'll have feral pigs. You don't see those. You got to pick them up, right? But if you don't take the time to look.
So he goes, all right. So then he's just standing there. You're just staring there. I go, oh, it's one of these. So then.
It's one of these fucking guys.
There's like one of those Gurkha Reserves on the top shelf. It's like $70. So my brother grabs it and he goes, oh, why is it so expensive? And he goes, can you read the sign? Ask for assistance. And I go, oh my God. He goes,
this is what, really?
So my brother goes, okay. Why are they $70? And he's like, oh, they're dipped in cognac, blah, 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 blah. Then they have the other ones that are dipped in cognac for like $13.
Which are, if it's dipping in cognac, it's...
Okay, cool.
Might as well just buy the cheapest one you can fucking find.
Oh my God. All right, strike one, or strike two, actually. Then my littlest brother... He finds, how the Avos, the Ritmos are, I believe they are. They're in like the tubos.
Yeah. Is it the Ritmos?
The Ritmo, one of the Avos. They're in like.
Oh no, is it the brown one?
Yeah, I don't know which one it was.
I think it's like the Heritage or the Classic or the XO. I know what you're talking about.
One of the Avos were in the tubos. It flips open, not the unscrewing. It flips open.
Yeah. That is the Ripmo,
right?
That is the Ripmo. It's like a metal. Yeah.
And the top is a flip open. It's not like a screw.
Yes, and yes.
So my 21, 22-year-old brother, who's not very versed in cigars, but he likes cigars, he just opens it, and the guy goes, "Don't open that." And my brother just goes, "Okay, sorry." And he looks at me to be like, "Did I fuck up or anything?" And I go, "No," because it's in cellophane still. Yeah. So I go, "This guy's really annoying. Like, this is not enjoyable at all." So I try to break the ice. I go, "Oh, what are some of your favorite cigars?" He goes, "Oh, I thought you didn't want my help." I go, "I don't. I just wanted to ask you what your favorite cigars are." And he's like, I'm 30 years in this business. Just giving me the whatever.
The fucking run of the mill.
Okay, cool. So then I'm like, "Oh, leave it." I'm like, "All right, I'm just grabbing these Olivas and getting the fuck out."
It's like sometimes you almost want to put them in your place because like,
well, that's what.
And you don't like let the guy like fuck it, let him safe. But sometimes like when they're being that rude, he goes, "Don't. I thought you didn't want my help. I don't need your help. I'm a fucking cigar aficionado. I have my own cigar podcast and I'm making my own cigar. So why don't you go shut the fuck up?" Asshole. Like you almost want to say that, but.
Well, I said, right? Do I even bring up that, hey, I got a podcast, but this is before. I was like, this is like as soon as we got into the humidor, I was like, "Oh, by the way," but I was like, let me hold off. But to go back on that, when my brothers grabbed those Gurkha, when my brother grabbed those Gurkhas to say like, "Oh, why are they so expensive?" He was like, "Can you see, please ask for assistance." And he was saying something like this, because people steal the cigars. But I'm like, dude, you're in the humidor with us. Do you think we're really going to steal a cigar right in front of you? So, dumb. So, I see the Olivas. They look good. I'm like, all right. I said, "Oh, I'm just going to grab these for us." So, I grabbed 3 Olivas and I left. And I was talking to, who was I talking to on Instagram? Because I put up a poll. So, that, by the way, that was a terrible experience. Not happy about it. I was actually pissed. I spent $40-something on these cigars. I was like, I don't even want to.
Yeah, like, and it brings up a point where, like, that's a good cigar. Okay, it's a great cigar.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect, classic. Right? Classic cigar. But there's nothing wrong with the Cigar Lounge, the physical lounge itself. But because of the experience, the person that worked there, you'll never go back again. And it even makes the cigar worse because you're like, I'm in a bad mood now because this fucking guy.
He kept saying he had 30 years in the industry. I'm like, okay, so why aren't you a nice guy? Like, I don't understand.
It goes to show you that has nothing to do with the physical appearance of a lounge. It has everything to do with the
ambiance.
People, which is weird because you rarely get an experience like that in a cigar lounge.
And sometimes we say, like, there's always like that couple of percentage of people who are cigar smokers that are like assholes.
He's
in that percentile.
He's in that percentile.
I wasn't happy about it, man.
We always talk about on the podcast about how friendly the community is. No matter what cigar lounge you go to, no matter where you are, it's always friendly.
Oh, so yes. So you're right. But I put up a poll. I said, "Hey, does anyone know any good cigar lounges in Cape Cod?" So then, Ashley Smokin' from down in Carolinas. She goes, "Oh, let me know if you find any places because I'm going there for a wedding." So I said, "All right." So I go there, I have my experience. I say, "Hey, Ash, this is the only spot in Cape Cod. Don't go there." And I told her,
bring your own.
And I go, "Don't go there." And I'm like, and she's like, "Oh, why?" So I told her, she's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that." She's like, "Thanks for letting me know." But I'm like, yo, like, come on, man. Like, what the F? I want to come on here and say I had a great time. I don't want to talk shit.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Which is why we're not going to mention where it is.
But it's like stupid, man. It was unfortunate.
So it's all about and it brings up another thing is you can't judge a book by its cover because he probably saw like you probably were not dressed in a suit. You were dressed in fishing clothes, like
no. I was like in cargo shorts, sneakers, and a t-shirt.
Yeah, so he probably saw these 3 young guys and like these guys don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're coming in. They're gonna do. So this is probably all the shit that he's thinking of. And little does he know that you're a cigar aficionado who has a cigar podcast making his own cigar. Like knows a shit ton about cigars. Probably knows more than this freaking guy,
dude. And you know what?
And he don't know. And
you ever see Pretty Woman?
Yeah, of course.
See Pretty Woman where she walks in the
big mistake.
Big mistake. Big. Huge. I have to go shopping now.
Big mistake, sir.
You see, you remember me? Remember me? Big mistake. Huge.
That's how I felt.
Love it.
Because I wanted to be like, dude, I have a podcast that we have a lot of people who smoke cigars who listen to us, and I'm going to talk about it.
Like, you fucked up. Big mistake. Huge.
And that's why you got to treat everybody. Like, you want to ask for us for licenses? No problem.
Yeah, that's you just.
Hey guys, what's going on? Yeah.
But first, you should say hello. How are you guys?
Thanks
for
for coming
see ya.
in.
Thanks for coming in. My name's Gary. Whatever his name is, I don't know. Gary is the first thing that came to my mind.
Gary gave us that sign.
Blah, 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 blah. And do you mind? And I would just say, like, hey, listen, guys, do you mind if I ask for your license? That's fine.
Couldn't make a joke out of it. Hey, this guy looks really young. We would all chuckle.
No problem at all. But when you say license,
I don't know. Maybe because a lot of people, he gets a lot of cigars stolen from his shop or something.
probably because he's an asshole.
I mean, that was one of the first things he said when we were in there. So I guess, but I guess.
I guess. I love that scene though when she walks around her in a circle. You remember me? See his face? She like walks around. You see his face? You remember me? Yeah. Big mistake. Huge.
Stupid, man. Stupid.
Telling you, son. Telling you.
But anyways, besides that, my trip to Cape Cod was amazing.
Fucking bluefin tuna, bro.
Two. So we were up at 3 o'clock in the morning. We were on the water by 4:15, rocked and loaded, and ready to hunt those motherfucking tuna. Catch them.
Hunt them motherfuckers down.
So
Come on, Pookie, let's burn this motherfucker down.
that's right. So it's funny because the name of the ship is called Shark Tuna. So we're fishing. We get a catch. The line's going. Vzz. My little brother hops on. He's going at it, and then within like 45 minutes, it stops, and we're like, ah. So we bring in the reel, and the line was ripped. The line was ripped. So, and this guy's great because my brother used him last year, and he caught up that freaking 400-pound or whatever tuna. And then the month before in June when we went, my brother's friend who lives up there went with him again and caught another tuna. So this guy knows what he's doing. But they're also like very like informative. Like they'll tell you like little fun facts. So all right, I see this line, see why it's ripped. He's like, this was a shark. And he's like, this is why, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, ah, shit, all right. So then another 20 minutes go by. Zzz, fish on, let's go. My other brother,
fish on. I love that song. Fish on.
So we're reeling in, snap. We're like, oh, what the fuck? So Captain Dan's pissed. We're all like, oh, man, it's so annoying. So he goes, another shark. So we drive away, new spot. Then we just casually fall into a huge pod of humpback whales.
I saw that. That was cool. That was fucking cool.
I felt like I was in like a National Geographic documentary, bro.
They were right there.
They were blowing their out of the blowhole. And then going down with the fin, with their tails.
Makes you feel this fucking big.
Bro, I was like, yo,
they're
this is
huge.
Because my brother saw them last year, and they were right by his boat, and I was like, man, that would be... And when we first started driving, you could see them in the distance. So I thought that was just... Like, they were far away. I thought it was still cool. But then, like, they were right outside our freaking boat, and I was like, holy shit.
How far? Like, from here,
so like where
20
we're sitting,
feet out?
Probably where the fence is.
They're fucking huge.
Great. And there was like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them.
And you're like, I feel this fucking big.
Then the other cool thing was, it wasn't.
You should have taken a GoPro and stuck it in the water to see how big they are.
I don't think it would have reached, but that would have been cool as fuck.
Yo, because you would have been like,
I could have done
they
it.
are massive.
Because my brother's GoPro, he only has the handheld one that goes like to this. I have the 4 feet pole, so I can really dunk it in. But it would have been too far. But that would have been,
dude. Because like you only see the top, you don't realize that they're
ginormous.
Yeah, like 5 times the size of your boat.
How creepy? How creepy would it be if I were to I put the GoPro in and like I go to take the footage and like the eye is right here, like underneath the boat, like the whale is underneath our boat. How scary would that be? Because that reminds me of like a video I saw on Instagram. Like this guy was like diving or swimming like somewhere, I don't know, and he has like his GoPro on or a video underwater and he's just swimming and all of a sudden it's dark and all of a sudden it appears there's a fucking great white just comes right here.
Yes.
And like my heart sank when I first saw
Dude,
that.
is that the one where the guy jumps off the cliff?
Yes.
And he dives in, and all of a sudden, he makes one turn. It's like right there. Dude, I'm fucking
I'm getting
passed out.
I'm getting the heebie-jeebies thinking about that.
I was like, no. You sent it to me. I go, nope, no shot, no fucking shot.
Can't do it. So, but the other cool thing with the whales was that they slap their freaking tail against the water to kill all the krillfish.
Yeah, they stun the krill.
Yeah,
and then just go.
And so from a distance, I saw the whales slapping their tail. I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then like another 20 minutes later, we saw a whale right in front of our boat with his huge mouth open, with his tongue out, going, and then just coming like a vacuum.
And the mouth.
I was like, yo, this is. I'm like,
how crazy though? It's like to think you see, like, I've never seen them in person. I want to take Kelly, because Kelly's favorite animal is besides little puppy dogs, is a whale.
Out already.
And so when I showed her that video, she's like, you gotta take me. I want to go. I said, we're going to go to Maine. We'll go whale watching, right? Like, go way up there where you get, they freaking run. Yeah, baby. But how crazy is it that you see this freaking thing and the mouth could just swallow you whole? You feel this, you feel like a fucking little
piece of turd.
Yeah. Like, if I was in here, he would come by if I was with this krill, and he would just swallow me. Did you see that story about the guy who got swallowed by a whale?
In a kayak.
He got swallowed by a whale, and he survived.
Is that real though?
I don't know. He said he was kayaking, and a fucking whale, all of a sudden, he goes, everything went black. He goes, and I'm looking around, and I'm completely black. And then all of a sudden, something opens up, and I pop out.
That's bizarre.
Dude, could you imagine getting swallowed by a goddamn whale?
No, I can't. I cannot. Cannot. No.
Like, in something's mouth. Like, in some... Alive. You're just like, where the fuck am I? Like, the lights just go out, and you're in this... Dude.
Wow. No shot. No way I can imagine that.
Bro.
So anyways, so we saw that. So then for like... So I'm like, all right, I'm up. I'm up to fish. So I go, everyone in my family, like, all right, guys, we just caught 2 sharks. You know the name of the boat. Shark, tuna. You know what that means, right? And they're like, we're going to catch a fucking tuna. I'm like, damn right.
Catch a fucking tuna.
So it's like Jaws. You know in Jaws how they have the huge barrels as the bobber? So they use like these, like balloons. Like, they have balloons like this big. And they're like, so we have, so the size of the boat, right? It's probably like this, almost the size of, this.
Yeah, it's like the size of the,
right, maybe a little bit smaller. So we have a rod on that side that's all the way out that I'm watching, and then we have a rod over here that's kind of just hook and sinker or hook and line, just down. So I'm watching it, and I'm like super focused. I'm like trying to put things into fruition. I'm like, come on, you motherfucker, let's fucking go bob down right now. I'm gonna take this fucking. I'm like, hyping myself up in my head. I'm like, let's fucking go, Pesh, you fucking motherfucker.
You're like, I'm gonna, dude. As soon as I think goes, I'm fucking ready.
So my brother was like, because my brother has tuna fish before. He said, hey, when you go tuna fishing, he goes, it's a marathon, not a sprint. He's like, so when you don't feel the line pulling, you got to crank it. And then he's like, when you feel the line pulling, because he's dragging it out, just let it go.
Well, just snapped it. Yeah.
You're just going to fight against a 300, 200-pound fish.
Yeah, you want to pull him in like when he's swimming towards you. You pull him in tighter, and then...
Because you're just basically going, like, you're making it harder for you by doing that, right?
Yeah, I remember that when I went with you, yeah.
So all right. So like 20 minutes go by, nothing's happening. So I'm like, all right, let me go get a sandwich. So I go in the cabin. Both my brothers at this time are knocked out. So I'm like, yo, move over. I gotta grab a sandwich. So as I'm knuckles deep in this bag grabbing a sandwich, the captain all of a sudden sprints to the back of the boat, and I'm like, oh, what the shit? So the rod that's not all the way out, the one that just hook and line down, caught a fish. So he's grabbing it. Oh shit! So I get up and I look, and all of a sudden I see the red balloon go down. I'm like, oh fuck! So I hop on, I'm cranking it. So now we're both catching 2 fish at the same time, and oh my god, I was going for maybe for like 7 minutes, and my legs were trembling because I was just like,
gassed.
I was like fucking cranking it, and then I was using,
it's like wrestling another 200-pound guy.
God. And my adrenaline was running for a while, and then all of a sudden, as I was stopping, I was coming back to reality, and like my fucking legs were like shaking because I was like using all my body. I was like, ah. So at this time, the captain is focusing on me and not my uncle, who's really the only one. My uncle's like, what do you think it is? He's like, oh, it's probably a shark. Kind of like ignoring my uncle. So I'm going. So then I tell my brother Tyler, I'm like, Tyler, get ready, hop on. He's like, all right, I'm ready. So he hops on. He's going at it. Probably another 5-7 minutes. He hops off. I hop back on. I'm cranking it. I can only last for like maybe 4 minutes. So I'm like, Kyle, get off the GoPro and get on it. You're the fresh arms. He's like, all right. So in the GoPro video, it's actually funny because I had a cigar, and as soon as I hopped on the reel, the captain was like, get that cigar out of your mouth. So my dad just ripped it out of my mouth because he didn't want to have to burn the line. So in the GoPro video, I come up, I'm like, Kyle, go get it. So he gives me the cigar. He's like, what? I'm like, fuck the cigar. And I threw the cigar into the water. But like, it's just, you can hear like the intensity. I'm like, fuck the cigar, go. So my brother is reeling it in, and he actually brings it to the surface. And like, when you're fishing and you just see a huge white, blue, something reflective coming from beneath the freaking crevice of the earth rising, that's where the adrenaline is. And then we saw that tuna fish pop up, and we were going fucking bananas. And then we get him on, and then my uncle, all alone, is still cranking it out by himself. And we get closer, and we're like, oh shit, it's another tuna. And it's like the same exact size. So not only did we catch a tuna, we caught 2 tuna, and we were done by like 8:30. So he couldn't, so he's like, I can't bring this fish on right now. Technically right now it's illegal to bring 2 on, because there was like another boat that was like, could be watching him, that was down there, and so they could say like, hey, someone caught 2 tuna, and basically rat him out. So all he did was he called his buddy, hey Justin, how far are you? I got one on the line, I can't bring it in. So he called his buddy up, which is perfectly legal, because he said that it's legal because he didn't bring it on, and then like he didn't hook it and then pass it off to him. He had it, and the fish was all the way out still on the rod. You know what I mean? It wasn't like against the boat.
Yeah.
So he just handed off the rod to his buddy eventually, and he reeled it in. And we're like, all right, 8:30, crack open a beer, let's go. So I was talking to the captain. I'm like, is it usual like to catch 2 tuna? He's like, it's really uncommon. It might be happen like once or twice a year. He's like, but it's uncommon. And I was like, yo, like that's fucking sick. And my dad got it.
So you fucking got like the perfect thing for your little trip.
We had the most, and even making more idea, we were able to keep it, because in Massachusetts, if a tuna is 73 inches or bigger, they have to sell it. So the captain has to bring it in, and they have to sell it. And I think you get a profit of, I guess, a percentage of it. But ours was 70 inches. So we all went home with like 100 pounds of freaking tuna. And we cooked it the next day. And
So hold on a second.
Bring it back.
You threw a cigar in the fucking water?
That's what you want to ask me?
You wasted a perfectly good cigar
to catch a
fucking fish?
To catch a dinosaur in the water? Yes. It was already halfway through. I couldn't even think about it.
Dude, that's got to be a fucking party foul. That's got to be a rookie move right there.
No way, man. You're going to war with the freaking beast.
So you let your little brother hold this. Let me reel this fucker in. Give me that back.
No, he actually gave it to me. But later on,
he fucking threw it.
I was like, fuck this cigar.
Because that would have been a good cigar.
Yeah, it was all right. But later on, the captain was like, hey man, he's like, I didn't mean to yell at you. He's like, it was just in the moment. I didn't want it to burn the line. I'm like, no. I'm like, that's cool. Like, I didn't really.
But you owe me a fucking cigar now.
But overall, most ideal situation like ever.
That's epic.
But it was also cool because my dad all made us like these quarter zips, and it said Josephson Cape Cod fishing trip. With the date.
Your dad's like that. He's always big with the apparel.
I'm the same. I like that shit too.
Yeah.
But so I go, guys. I'm like, this is cool, but I'm like, we need to have a story, because when we wear this, people are gonna say, "What's that?" And we have to have a story.
Hell yeah!
So I'm like, now we have a story. Be like, hey, you want to know what this was? So, needless to say, the shitty Cigar Lounge didn't bother me on my trip, because it was a great time. Cigars, fish, family.
Too bad you should have smoked that one and threw that one in the fucking water.
I should have done that, right? This one's going really slow. This cigar.
Excuse me.
I thought you were gonna ask like a fish question. You You threw that cigar in the water?
The whole fucking story.
I'll have to send you the clip so you can throw it in here because it's hilarious. It's like the first 3 seconds of the video. I'm like,
just saying, I wouldn't have wasted a good cigar.
hey man, when you're in the moment, just think about it. If you're about to fight somebody, and someone's like, here's your cigar, because my brother was like, I don't want the cigar. Like, here, give it to me. That's why. I'm like, fuck this cigar. Because he was like, oh, what am I going to do with it? I'm like, dude, fuck this cigar. Stop bothering me.
If I'm fighting someone, I'm smoking a cigar. First of all, you can't fight somebody smoking a cigar. Like, how are you going to fight somebody that's so relaxed like that? But if somebody came up and said, yo, we're fighting, I'd be like this. Hold my cigar. All right, let's go.
Bro, when you're in the moment, you let me know.
Then after he's on the floor, give me my cigar back. Thank you.
Okay. You let me know. But man,
that's like a hold my beer moment.
Yeah, hold my beer.
Hold my beer. Watch me do this. Hold my cigar. Watch me reel in this 200-pound fish.
You said that because I just saw a video on Instagram. It was like a cop playing basketball against this guy. This cop, he's balling. He crosses him over. He does like an NBA street. He he's at the 3-point line. He throws the basketball at the backboard, bounces back. He catches it. He goes to the half court line and goes, game. And he goes like this. Shoots it backwards. Swish.
Dude, he's probably done that 150 times.
But and the cop just walks off. And the guy's like, that's not a game. He goes, game. And just walks off. I'm like, yo, that was sick.
Dude, that's probably like... He probably has been trying to do that for 100... He's been going to parks and every time he's been doing that. And he finally got one.
Made the most epic video. Epic video, man.
That's...
So, yeah, man. Shitty Cigar Lounge, great fishing trip.
Fuck it.
But, you really don't come across, have you had any experiences like that at a cigar lounge?
I had one bad experience. But it wasn't the people that work at the cigar lounge. It was
the patrons.
A couple of characters that walked in that probably didn't really fit the scene.
I was going to say, fit the profile.
And it's not like fit because there really is no profile but there's an etiquette and there's just an aura about people, and this particular group of people had a very negative aura about them. They were loud, they were obnoxious, they were dropping vulgarities left and right that were just it wasn't tasteful.
It wasn't fun to be around.
Yeah, it was very what's the word? Tasteless for the lounge.
Yeah.
And you can tell because we're all sitting around, gentlemen, and ladies, we're smoking cigars, we're having a good conversation, we're talking. And there's this group of characters that's in the corner that's causing a ruckus and saying this, that, and the other thing, and we're all kind of looking at each other.
What the hell is this?
They were saying some profanities that I'm not going to repeat, but they were being loud, obnoxious. And
it's about you guys?
No, not about us, but they were just
talking loud, being obnoxious.
Yeah, they just weren't fitting.
Yeah, bro, that girl smoked blah, blah, blah. It was good last night.
No, they were talking all sorts of other stuff. I'm not even, but it was just not. I'm like, no, don't be here. You shouldn't be here.
Get out. Yeah, I haven't had too many. I think that was the real first experience with someone who worked there that made it really bad. I've been in cigar shops and lounges where the person working it just sits in the lounge and watches you, which is okay because sometimes the people they talk to you and converse with you. They don't stand there. I don't mind if you're in the humidor with me and just watching me, but you're having a conversation with me. That's fine.
Yeah.
But he was just standing there and just watching. I'm like, dude, it's really... And I've been in a few where they just stand there, and I'm like, it makes it really awkward. I feel like I can't take my time.
Yeah, and you feel like you're rushed.
There was another cigar lounge. I was up at Westchester a couple of years ago, and it was a small spot, but he was just standing there. Hurry up and buy. I'm like...
Because there's so many times, people ask, do you need help? Actually, no, I'm all right. I'm just going to see what you got. All right, listen, I'll be out here if you need my help. Give me a call. Or they usually ask you oh, so what do you like to smoke? And I go, listen, I smoke pretty much everything. I go lean this way, lean more toward medium to full, not really mild. But he's like, oh, okay, have you tried this one? Yeah. And then you have a conversation that way, not license. Oh, can't you see the sign? Asterisk. Really, dude?
Hey, if you're having a problem with people stealing, all right, but it's kind of preempt it right off the bat. Hey, you know, I get a lot of people that steal stuff in here, so I'm just like gonna be in here. All right.
Like, listen, I don't mean to be rude, but we do have a problem of theft in the store. So if you need any help, like grabbing, just please let me help you. That's it. That's all you gotta say. And then you'd be like, oh, okay, no problem. Like, hey, listen, can I take
drops the walls down and you can just chill,
man.
But like even the fact that I said, hey, what's your favorite cigar? Trying to break the ice, and he goes, I thought you didn't want my help. I'm like, I don't want your help. That's why I legit.
It's called friendly conversation.
I go, no, I don't. I said, yeah, I don't want your help. I said, I just want to know what cigars you like. And I'm like, dude, what the hell, man? My little brother was like, Eric, he's like, I looked at you and like you didn't like look at me like you're doing something wrong, so I knew this guy was weird. And I'm like, yeah.
Fuck him.
Anyways,
so that's gonna do it for this episode. If you guys like this episode, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, and please hit the bell to be notified for every single time we drop a new video. We drop new episodes every single Friday. We have other videos throughout the week. Check out the website, www.burndownpodcast.com. Become a member, $5 a month. Exclusive discounts to 4 partnering stores. Currently, we're always looking to add more in the future, but you also can enter into a monthly giveaway. We give away cigars, accessories, spirits, and more. It's only $5 a month. Go check it out.
bang. I'm going to try and do that in 10 seconds. Look at your watch. Ready? Tell me when to go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Make sure you subscribe, like, and ring the bell on the channel. So my brain doesn't work that fast. But yeah, make sure you go check it out. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, become a member. $5 a month, exclusive discounts. Until next time, see you guys later. Salute, cheers, chin chin.